Hey, welcome back, Swink family. Here is video number 2 for our 2023 back to school. It took a little bit longer to upload to YouTube than I thought. I will share out links in an email that I will send out after I'm done here for both videos. Hopefully I finish this up in the next 15 minutes, so there's only 2. If you get really bored, if for some reason it uploaded to my personal YouTube account, so since my Google account is linked to that. If you get really bored, there's some statistics videos that I had to record for one of my educational statistics classes a few years ago. So if you need some nighttime viewing, they are there for you as well. So moving on, you know that we do index card activities throughout most of my presentations and facilitation of meetings. So for today, we are going to have 2 different cards. The first one, I hope, is a green index card. Depending on what I have in the office tomorrow morning, we will see what color it may change. One opportunity you believe was very successful last year, whether it be in your classroom, something we did district-wide. Just write that down. What did you see that was very successful and you would like to see us continue to do? On another card, hopefully it's a yellow card, it may be an orange card, I can't remember what's in the office, but I would like you to write down one opportunity that we could have done better from last year. In particular, something in your classroom you'd like to improve on, or something we did district-wide that was a great idea, but we just could have done it better, improve on it somehow. And you might write down some ideas of how we might improve on that. If you're new to the district and did not see those last year, just write down something you may have seen on Facebook or perceived that we did, to write those down. Workman's Comp, one of Janelle's favorite things to work with and deal with throughout the year. She just loves dealing with this. So if you get hurt during doing official school business and the office is closed, you need to call MedCorps immediately. That number is 815-846-2400. They will direct you in the next steps that you need to take, whether it be going to a doctor, the ER, or whatever that might be. You must still come see Janelle to report this when the office reopens. There are papers that must be filled out, including an accident report and ensuring that we have the Workman's Comp claim number. So please come see Janelle. If you get hurt doing official school business during normal operational hours when the office is open, you need to tell your supervisor immediately and also come see Janelle immediately once again to do all that paperwork and make sure that we have everything completed so that all elements are covered. Please be smart. If you see ice out during the wintertime, walk like a penguin so you're less likely to slip and fall. Our maintenance crew is great about getting out and getting things cleared and iced, but sometimes those spots refreeze. And one of Janelle's favorite things to remind us all of, do not stand on a chair. Make sure you use a ladder if you're needing to reach up to put something on the wall or correct something. I do know there's one behind the door in the secondary teacher's workroom. I believe there might be some others around, so make sure you're using a ladder. If you need one, just ask maintenance, and I know that they will be glad to get you one. So just be smart so we don't have any Workman's Comp's claims. When we do have those, it increases our Workman's Comp insurance premium every year. That only takes away from students and you when we increase insurance costs where we're not able to allocate those funds in other ways. So please be smart in your activities. Physical restraints of students. This is being addressed because of some state law changes this past year that are affecting some different district operations. So, for you to physically restrain a student, that student must be a threat to themselves or others to be able to be restrained. Do not restrain or hold on to a student unless they are a threat to themselves or others. This is very important. Not only is it crucial because you could be in a lawsuit or sued individually for holding on or restraining a student, but the district could be as well. So remember that student must be a threat to themselves or others to be physically restrained. Some state law changes. It used to be if they were restrained for 5 minutes or longer, you had to do the official report. That is now changed to anything 1 minute or longer must be officially reported. There are additional reports from what there used to be, as well as we must report more and sooner to the parents when a student is physically restrained. Always let administration know immediately when you've had to restrain a student for any reason. Everyone, I want to readdress this. Never grab a hold of a student in any fashion for any reason and restrain them or pull them somewhere or take them somewhere unless they are a threat to themselves or others is the only time you can restrain them or grab a hold them. Now, holding a student's hand walking down the hallway, that's a different story. If it's necessary to do, if it makes them feel more comfortable. But once again, never lay a hand on a student in any fashion for any reason. Just another meme I came across the other day. I thought this was very appropriate. Educators, please don't do these 5 things this year. And I know some of this is operational procedures and policies, but I'm going to reemphasize some of them anyway. Do not take away a recess as punishment. The students may walk around at recess. That is fine. That's not necessarily taking away recess because they're still outside. They're still getting some physical exercise. Do not use silent lunch on a whole group. It's not great or appropriate to punish the masses for 1 individual or 2 individuals. Make sure we're addressing the situation with the students are necessary. Make sure students don't go more than an hour to an hour and a half without a break or physical activity. I don't see this as a problem as a lot of you do brain breaks. Classes change about every hour. Take students' misbehavior personally. They are not directing this at you. They're not taking things out on you. A lot of students come to us, with a lot of things going on at home, a lot of trauma. So moving into that, don't give up on our students. Our students are awesome. They all have personal things going on, just like we all have personal things in our own lives. So don't give up on them in any fashion. And those last 2 are going to tie into some things I'm going to say later and into our professional development day on Thursday. New paid time off policy. This was input taken from BLTs last year, and then the policy was revised and approved by the board this summer. Time requested on a work day, a professional development day, parent-teacher conferences, or the first and last 2 weeks of school must be pre-approved by myself before you can take those off. When you get those approved or disapproved, please put them in as a work day in ReadySub. This is a new category that's in ReadySub that you will notice. This helps us track this in ReadySub and for your leave. If this leave is denied or disapproved, but you still take the time off, it will cost you time and a half of PTO. For example, if you take a whole Friday off that's a professional development work day, it's going to cost you a day and a half of your PTO time. ReadySub. ReadySub cannot be backdated. If you miss putting in a day or something, ask the office for assistance. They can help address that and put it in for you. You can take a quarter day, half day, or 3/4 of a day or full day in ReadySub. And it looks like I'm approaching 9.5 minutes, so I might have to speed up talking here so I can get this wrapped up in less than 15 minutes. Jury duty, summons. You must return to work if you're not called to serve or if you're dismissed from jury duty. Please make sure you turn in that jury duty summons to the office as well. Radios. We spent a lot of money on radios this past year, so every teacher, custodian, nurse, office administrators, everyone should have a radio in the building as far as those individuals. Paras, you will not all have one just because of the cost of the radios and the ability to get those out there. Stacy will have one. Carla will have one. Snowy, all the custodians, like I said, the administrators, every secretary in the office will have one. So this will help our communication in emergency situations. Make sure you leave them on channel 1. We have access to channel 1 and channel 2. We are saying leave them on channel 1 because if we ever get in an emergency situation where we have to patch through to the sheriff's dispatch, everyone in that capacity will hear that communication, so they're more aware of what's going on in that emergency situation and can talk to the sheriff's department themselves if they are the ones that are needing that assistance. You need and must carry them with you at all times. There are belt clips on them, so you can clip it on your belt, on your pants. Make sure you carry it with you at all times. I am concerned about the interruptions that may occur in instruction with the radios, but it is more of a safety issue for all of us. Sorry, my mom was texting me through that. It looks like you might be seeing her video, her text message come through on my MacBook right now, so we'll close that out and carry on with our radio talk. It is important that you carry those with you at all times so you can be in a communication. The secretaries can reach you if necessary. Ensure that you charge them every night. You need to put them back on the charger every night to charge. I will say I have forgotten that I have mine on my belt and I've carried it home at night before. They typically will go 2 days if you shut it off at night when you get home, but try to leave them at school and ensure you charge them every night. They must be placed on the charger correctly. That means putting them in the charger towards the back and make sure they clip in and are secure in there. The light should come on the charger red when it's charging. It will turn green when it's not charging. We will have some additional training on these. They are all in the office currently with names on them, and they will be handed out this week. Confidentiality. It's very important on the radios that we are not sharing information or talking about students or naming things that should not be named. So be careful what you say, just like in any other instance in confidentiality. If you need to call the nurse, please say Nurse Stacy to the playground. If you need to call administrator, as simple as administrator needed in classroom 201 or whatever your specific classroom is, or at the playground or in the gym. So please make it short, simple, and keep things confidential without mentioning any specifics or names. Crisis codes. We're going to pause there because I'm at 13 minutes. I thought I could get through this in a full 30, but apparently I cannot as I'm talking too much. So we're going to take a break and come back with video 3 here in just a moment.